I am NonnaGrace. I'm sure you know that's who I am because you've come to visit me again. Yes, thank you. Well, I wanted to talk today. I was going to start my thing with it's time to talk turkey. Well, I didn't like it, so I kind of stopped and record again and stop and record again, and here I am again. You don't know how many times I've done it, but anyways, the reason I wanted to talk about turkey is I wanted to talk about bone broth. Everybody talks about bone broth when they're on keto, but I wanted to talk about when I was growing up, how my mother would always take the bones and put them into a kettle, cover the bones with enough water to cover the bones, and then she'd boil it. And then she'd strain it out, and that would be our soup, our broth. So we would have turkey soup quite often. She also did it with the chicken, but the chicken she always mixed with turkey because chicken seems to be a thinner stock. It's not as tasty as turkey stock. Turkey's bones have a lot more to them, and they actually make a more flavorful soup. But anyways, the soup is made from just boiling bones. So you take your turkey bones and skin and whatever is left over from when you take the meat off, and you just put it in the pan of water and cover the bones, just enough to cover the bones, and you let it boil for 20 minutes to a half an hour, depending, or simmer, not boil it. You're going to simmer. Once you bring it to a boil, you cut it back so that it just kind of simmers. And this way you get all of the collagen and the good flavors and the good that comes out of the bone stock. Then you salt it to taste and you enjoy it. Another one of my videos, I talked about my pen pal. Well, I went to the attic and I knew I would have it somewhere, and I found my cigar box. We used to save these, and they used to decorate them, and people even used to make purses out of cigar box. And getting a cigar box was kind of hard because nobody in my family smoked. I don't even know where I got this cigar box, but I looked in the cigar box, and sure enough, inside were the only two letters that I had. Done in 1967. I'll read it. It says, I called her Marie, and her name is really Mary Peter. I am 14, going on 15, March 31st. I am 4 feet 11 inches and have dark hair. Do you like sports? I like basketball, baseball, ping pong, badminton, tennis, and volleyball. I tried out for midget cheering and was chosen to cheer for the football and basketball. There are 8 people in my family. My mother, father, my brother Joseph, who is 22. I remember when he turned 22. Now he's in his 70s. My brother Laurel, who's 20. He's also getting close to, I think he's 70 also. My brother Anthony, who is 16. My sister Anita, 12. And my sister Lucy, who is 8. All of us are still at home except Laurel. He is in Spain. He is in the Navy, and they are stationed there. He has been gone for half of a year and will be gone for another year and a half. I play the French horn, and I am in the choir. Do you play an instrument? Are you in these special class activities? I would like very much to hear from you. Your pen pal. And then I signed my name. And she wrote back. She wrote, I thank you for your gentle letter. You are very sympathetic. I thought that kind of odd, but apparently I'm a sympathetic kind of sounding person. I hope we shall be friends a long time. I am 15 going on 16. In September 29, 1967 is her birthday. I am tall with green eyes and light hair. Like sports to swim, volleyball, and I don't know what this other one was. I can't read it. But I like fashion, hearts, groups. She likes the Stones and Beatles. you into dance parties, and you therefore members in my family, father, mother, my younger brother Frank, and I, Frank 10 and I. My first name isn't Mary, but Mary Peter, and in French, Marie Paris. I don't play an instrument because I don't like that. Are you mad? No. Hate you a boyfriend? Or have you a boyfriend? Do you speak French? Do you know France and Marcellus? Please, you neat letters, give me a photo of yourself. I like New York, but I don't know because it is too far. I see that your brothers are old. It is good. Where do you go to summer? Do you travel? Where? Please write me soon. We shall be old friends. Your pen pal. And then she signs her name. Well, you know, it sounded like she did a lot of travel, apparently. And I did not do a lot of travel. I grew up on a farm, and we had to do farm work. And our summers were spent swimming in the creek and going down to the camp at the cow pasture and things like that. Well, she also sent me a picture of where she likes to vacation. And it looks absolutely beautiful. And she sent me a picture of herself. And she's standing like a model. Very good. She says, it's the picture's in her garden house, and I like to make, she'd like to be on cover girl. I can't read quite what she says. And she says, do you like? Yes, I like. Very nice. But anyways, she wrote back a second letter. And in the second letter, first I will read what I wrote. Whoops, a daisy. I dropped it. I got to pick it up. Oh, dear. Okay. I wrote, this one was in April of 1967. And I wrote, Dear Mary Peter. Or I wrote, actually, Dear Marie Paris. I am very happy to have received your letter from you. I am sure we will be friends for a long time. I like the Beatles and the Monkees. There aren't any boys that I like in particular, and I would much rather wait a while before I become real interested in boys. Do you have a boyfriend? I don't speak French or any other language. My mother knows a little French. My brother in Spain knows quite a lot of French. About a year ago, I sent away to the French embassy for information of France because I was quite interested in France. I do not travel in the summer. I am at home. I pick blackberries that my father has planted. I go swimming and camp in our cow's pasture a little ways from the house. What do you do in the summer? My father works at Allegheny Steel Company. What does your father do? Marie Paris, please tell me Please tell me how you went about to get your name among the list of names wanting a pen pal. The way I got my pen pal was I gave my English teacher my name and my age and the age I would like my pen pal to be. Then I told her if I wanted a girl or a boy and where I wanted the person from. Here is a photo of me that was taken in school this year. I would like very much to have a photo of you. Please write soon. Your pen pal. And I signed my name. I think I may have sent, I may have sent one of these pictures. This is what I looked like back then. Enough of that one. Anyways, she wrote back, and she does have a boyfriend, and she likes to dance. She's into fashion. I won't read her letter because a lot of it when they write, it's kind of hard to read, so you kind of stumble. I would stumble. But she travels and she goes on vacations. Her life, I think, her life sounded very rich. My life was more country, but it was. I think I had a good life. I know when our cousins would come from the city, they would come and they would think that our life was so much fun. They didn't know the hard work that went along with it, but it was fun. We got to swing on vines over the creek, which today you wouldn't do. We got to go swimming in the creek. There was a nice swimming hole down underneath the railroad tracks, which a lot of people wouldn't do today. There was a lot of walking in the woods and tramping down briars, and it was a lot of fun. Riding on the back of a calf. We didn't have a horse, so we used to wish we had one, but we had the calves, the beef calf, and when they were young, we used to hop up on their back, and in order to make them go, you had to give their tail a little twist, and then they'd go. But you know, those darn calves were smart. They would bring their body between two trees, and hopefully it was narrow enough so that the person on top would be scraped off. So we used to see that they were doing this, so we used to lay up on their back and ride and hang on for dear life, because when you're riding a calf, they're kind of, they go like really bad. You can fall off so easy. And I remember my brother, I was scared of the cow. I did not like the cow. The cow scared me. She was big. And I remember my brother putting me up on the cow's back. The torture, the things they used to do. Put me up on the cow's back to ride her into the barn. Her back barely cleared the upper part of the barn, so I had to lay down on the cow and hope that I cleared the opening of the barn. Plus, you know how barns have those terrible barn spiders? I pray that none of them were up there and were going to drop on me as I'm going through. So they would do that, and finally they would take me off the cow, and I was scared to death of that cow, and she would just mosey. She was a really gentle cow, but boy, are they big, and they've got huge eyes. Their noses are real soft and wet, and when their tongues would lick you, it felt like sandpaper, like the cat's tongues. It had a funny feel. But anyways, I guess that's it. A little bit of my pen pal. I've got to check out some other stuff I wanted to find in the attic, but it was so cold up there, so I brought the box down. I've got to go back upstairs because I took it from the attic and left it upstairs, and I'll have to go back up and check what else is in that box of things. This box was something I brought from home. I had about 4 boxes that I brought from home. You know, they used to have those decorative boxes, storage boxes. Now people have plastic. Ours were cardboard. And I brought 4 of those with me when I got married. And this is, I think, the last one that's left. I consolidated a lot of stuff. And so I should go through that and see what it has in there. So today we talked about bone broth, my pen pal, and I think that was it. I don't remember anything else. I'll have to redo this video to check what I talked about. I really don't remember anything else that stands out, but I'll talk to you later. I'm so glad you came to visit. You don't know how much fun I have just talking to myself with you on the other side of that. I picture you on the other side of that camera. And I will talk to you later. So, bye all.